Well, come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
Welcome back to another episode of the Offseason presented by Cardinal Studios, which is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. On this lovely Sunday, we are going to finish out the offense and specifically center on the offensive line. We have with me, we've got co-hosts Michael, Hugh, and Denzel back for another episode. And I believe the order, we didn't go over draft order, did we? Or rollout order, did we?
It's the same thing, I'm pretty sure. It's literally the same thing that we just did.
Yeah, I think I'm third again.
Same thing as Friday or Saturday, whatever that was. All right, so I'm kick things off here, and I've got, this is a little off of our list that we had because I originally had Brian Parker the second, and as I started to, I got a little upset because I do the tape last because I get most excited about that. Like I prefer to go off of what I see versus the numbers, but we got to talk about the numbers. It's really relevant. And I went through the stats of Brian Parker and I started watching him. My man's took a lot of snaps at guard, which is not necessarily a bad thing because if he's declared as a center, it shows versatility, which is great. But that's not what we're talking about today. So I picked up, I went back into the weeds and picked up Sam Hecht, center from Kansas State, number 75. He is 6'4", 303 pounds. I don't really have a lot to say about him, and it's a lot of sound like I'm glazing the guy because he's actually phenomenal on tape. In pass protection, he's really sticky. Like as soon as he snaps the ball, I mean, he's got his hands on somebody, and that's it. You might as well have a conversation with the guy for the rest of the play. Very, very strong hands. He's very powerful. And the run game he plays, what I had in all caps here in my notes is mean, where like, choo, choo, you know what I mean? Like this dude, I mean,
there's a buzz. There's a buzz behind this guy.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I got his, let me see, I think I have his combine numbers here. He runs a 5.140, so he's not, he's about middle of the pack for an offensive lineman running, but, man, I couldn't imagine, even like when he gets to the second level at the running game, I've seen players like kind of do that, like I'm not here kind of thing. And I don't blame them. They're making business decisions before they make it to the league. Here I had the same thing. I said powerful dude both in the pass and run game. One game I kind of highlighted was against Texas Tech, where they've got a notable name on their line. Not that he necessarily lined up against him because he's an edge, but he did really good in pass protection. I had noted here that he's got a really high IQ when it comes to knowing when to pass players off from a double, kind of similar to the guard I'd mentioned the other day, but just way more intelligent. I mean, I don't even know why I brought him up. They're two totally different cerebral players, and not as a knock on Mr. DJ Campbell, the right guard. But this man's just extremely intelligent. It shows that he understands football. And this is one thing that I noted against Texas Tech that really stood out to me was that they lost a lot to a little watching the game. A lot of it was like weird fumbles and things that like don't have anything to do with him. But there were a lot of plays where you saw that their offensive line was collapsing. Like you can visibly see the pocket was, you've seen it before, what it looks like, and it starts to like fold on the quarterback. They're running a lot of blitzes. One spot that like stood strong, I mean, maybe a couple snaps, was up center. So that's very encouraging to see that. Where does he lie within those players that the pocket was collapsing? I mean, that's TBD, right? But it was very encouraging to see that. A couple stats to wrap this off. His pass block efficiency was 90%, 97% on true pass sets last year. He allowed 7 pressures in 2025, 11 in 2024. 0 sacks in both 25 and 24.
Wow.
No penalties committed in 2025. And he won all Big 12 second team player in 2025. And all those stats combined ranks him at 8th in the league amongst the line with comparable, snaps. I'd say all those things to say, I got my guy going in the 3rd round. Kind of funny to what you had mentioned a few days ago, Q. I got him going to the Bears in the 3rd round. They could definitely use a guy like this on their roster to better protect Caleb. I don't want to see it being a Cowboys fan because NFC, we got to see you if we get there, right? And yeah, that's my guy, Sam Hecht, out of Kansas State.
That's a guy right there. I've watched him all season fucking with that.
Dog.
Funny thing about it, if you watch Kansas State highlights, you would think that their quarterback is white. Their quarterback is light skinned. That's one of the craziest things about it.
Avery
Johnson with the curly hair.
Avery Johnson is light skinned and he looks white.
He's nice. He's fun to watch.
His mom is white and his dad is light skinned. And
he's like a third.
Watching Avery Johnson play and his run style and like the way that his offense plays, Sam Hecht really did feel that. Like he really made it look good. So I'm glad you talked about Sam Hecht.
I use Kansas State on
really
NCAA too. I be killing niggas with them.
Avery Johnson. You're like, man, what's this white guy doing up here at quarterback?
Yeah, like I thought he was white because he's fast and shit. I'm like, this Avery Johnson guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When I watch him move,
why do you have 93 speed as a white man? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there were a lot of snaps where I saw him. Obviously, I'm focusing on the line, right? But then you get to see what happens because of the line, right? If you watch it play through, right? And dude just like takes off through and I think he scored like a 15-20 yard touchdown off of going off of his shoulder.
Yeah,
so
Sam Hecht's coming like blocking, stealing that. When you have a fast guy like Avery Johnson and a guy that's moving the D tackle to the left and there's nobody open, you're like, I'm gonna run up the middle.
It's crazy. You can see him literally clamp and just shuffle him to the side. And it's like, that's a dude right there.
Yeah,
that's another thing another positive of talking about centers and guards that we did in last episode, not getting like called for holding. That's one of the most beautiful things that you can ask for in a guard
for an entire season. Yeah,
for an entire season. Yeah, like beautiful. And you said that he only got like 2 penalties. So hats off to Sam Hecht.
No, he got no penalties all season.
No penalties.
Yeah. The stat with the 2 that I mentioned was, I got you. No, 0 penalties, 0 sacks. He allowed 7 pressures.
Oh, okay.
But if that's all, we ain't pinning dude for 7 pressures on the whole season, all right, with nothing else to know. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my dog.
Hey, Sam Hecht. Hey. Congratulations, you are now a Chicago Bear. No,
that'd be crazy to see.
I believe I'm next, correct? Okay. So I have Connor Liu, center out of Auburn. He did tear his ACL 8 games into the season. But through his freshman through junior year, he only allowed 13 pressures and 2 sacks throughout his freshman year. He only played like 7 games, but sophomore and junior season,
that's what he played his senior year too.
Okay, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Anyway, sophomore and junior year, through 420 snaps that he's taken, he only allowed 14 pressures and 2 sacks between the 2 major seasons that he started. He's not a smaller guy. He's 6'3". I believe he's three. Hold on, I wrote it down. 309 was his listed weight. I don't know with him. Like looking at it before he tore his ACL, he had Auburn's run game on lock, kind of like what Brandon was saying. Like he's grabbing them, holding on to them, and like he's like pancaking them, pushing them into the ground. Like that. It's like really smash mouth football at that point. Like he's a guy. Pass protection, he's decent at, but I can tell that he excels on the run game. When he snaps the ball through his legs, he's just going forward and he's taking that nose tackle out or helping out with that D tackle on the left side or the right side. He does have smaller hands, and I say smaller hands, quote unquote, because they're only 9 inches long, but that's pretty massive hands for an NFL player. I believe, let me hold on. I have it written down in my phone somewhere. Let me scroll up right here. He didn't end up running. I did put this in my notes. He didn't run the 40-yard dash at his combine, obviously, because he was still going through the ACL tear. So he didn't do any of like the 3-cone drills or anything like that, but he still participated in the bench press, and he ended up benching 33 times of 225. Yeah,
That's
so
nuts.
that's a pretty strong, corn-fed guy right there. You know what I mean? I believe he came from Iowa, so they produce some corn-fed big guys over there. Watching a lot of his gameplay, I can see him being like a Cam Jurgens for the Eagles, where he can play center, but if you need to move him to guard, you can. Kind of reminds me of, and I hate to be a Broncos fan here, but Connor McGovern. Connor McGovern was
He came from Dallas.
Yeah, he came from Dallas, went to the Broncos. I forget where he's at now, but he shows.
So he has flexibility.
Yeah, versatility.
I can see him being a Cam Jurgens type player where you have him set up next to a nice center, telling him where to go. Like Jason Kelsey with Cam Jurgens, Jason Kelsey was teaching him like, hey, go this way, or hey, you're going to come this way, or put a hand on him. And that's where I can see him excelling with the Raiders. That's my draft prediction for Connor Lew, because when you have somebody like Tyler Linderbaum just coming off of the Ravens, a nice center that got paid, he's smart, excellent at football, and knows the center position. He can take him under his wing, show him more of the center position with also that guard expertise. So
For sure.
my draft prediction is the Raiders for him. I can also see him going to somewhere like the Browns to help out their young quarterback and running back room. Other than
In what
that,
round?
I'd say that there's somebody in the. I don't see him honestly going past the third. I think this guy will go in the second somewhere to a team that needs him, or needs that, like somebody that's coachable and also has the expertise. But also, like I said, his only injury was that torn ACL that he just suffered 8 games into this season. So who knows if he'll be ready by then. So some teams might pass on him, and so some team might honestly get a nice deal in the 4th or the 5th on him. So that's Connor Lew on my perspective. Like I said, Connor McGovern, or honestly, even a Quinn Miners comparison with the strength and agility wise.
Okay.
Gotcha.
You up?
I know Few was sick about that Tyler Linderbaum comparison right there.
Yeah. The name definitely make my ears perk up a little bit. Um, so I had Logan Jones, center from Iowa. He's 6'3", 299. So pretty, decent sized. With an arm length of 30 and 3/4. Yeah, whatever. 30 inches, 34s. 3/4, I'm sorry. 34s, goddamn. But yeah. So at the combine he ran a 4.940 32-inch or foot vert. I'm still confused on that. That's feet or inch. I assume that's feet. It has to be, right? Broad jump, 9 feet 2 inches. The 3-cone, he did it 7 seconds, 7.46 seconds. Then a 20-yard shuttle, 4.59. Some of his pros and cons. One of his pros, similar to the guard that I covered the other day, he's an immediate day one starter. Again, not too raw, similar to the other guard that I covered, where he has plenty of experience. I have it written down somewhere. He played over 600 snaps in 2 years, only allowing 1 sack. So a lot of experience, good results.
How many pressures did he have again?
I don't have his pressures. I just have in his 50 starts in 2 years, which was 600 snaps, he allowed 1 sack.
That's still good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's
That's
a lineman for Iowa, bro. Like, that's what they produce up there, linemen and like linebackers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what I say earlier, those corn fed.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, you don't go to Iowa to get like a speed receiver or like a cornerback. Like, you get a center or a guard from there, right?
Yeah.
Some
Iowa
big,
has bad corn.
yeah, like some big this motherfucker, bro. That would be this dude. Another pro is he won the Remington Award, which is the award that's given to the best center in college football. So he's already been recognized for being good at his position.
Yeah.
Some cons, the short arm size, smaller size. His player comp, funny enough, you talking about Tyler Linderbaum, they called him, and this is according to Google AI. Sue me. I use Google AI for this shit. Google AI called him literally, this is verbatim, Logan Jones is a highly experienced, technically sound Iowa center, often compared to a Diet Coke version of former teammate Tyler Linderbaum. That's from Google AI.
Diet Coke version of.
They called a nigga Diet Coke version.
AI wrote that.
AI wrote.
This is Google AI.
That's clean.
It's combining. It says from Bleacher Report.
The Diet Coke version is
I think they're
crazy.
pulling that from.
Yeah, no, that's wild.
Diet
I'm not
Coke
gonna lie.
version.
Yeah, literally, bro. NFL comparisons and projections. Most common comparison, quote, Diet Coke, Tyler Linderbaum. Like, it's.
Imagine going up and you're like, "Hey,
I
can I get
imagine
Tyler
Google didn't come
Linderbaum?"
up with that himself,
No,
but
I
it's
got
still not
Diet Coke.
from there. Like,
I got
What's the
Can I
difference?
get Tyler Linderbaum? I got Diet Coke.
What's the difference?
yeah, like this. But so and then since cons, it's also kind of similar to the guard that I covered, where he's only a center only, really no flexibility. Like, you can't kick him out to one of the other guards, kind of like what DJ was referencing with his center. He has flexibility, and Logan Jones is also gonna turn 25 his rookie season, so the age is
25 rookie season. Okay.
yeah. I don't love that, but like I don't know if y'all are familiar with Mesidor, the dude from Miami, the edge
Hakeem
rusher.
Mesidor. Yeah.
Yeah, he has the same issue, but like I don't think it's as big as a concern for a lineman because like we see linemen that are like 35, 36 and they're still good, right?
Still running, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as an edge rusher, like I do not want you to be 25 when I draft you. We've seen linemen like Trent Williams, Tyrone Smith, like Marshall Yonda. Like we've seen linemen go past 35 plus and they're still dogging people. But an edge rusher, I'm not drafting no old edge rusher. So
Landon Dickerson and Trent Williams, like you said, like they're going it's a whole different skill position. I'm not pushing off my feet like all that. Like I'm making sure you ain't getting to him.
Exactly. It's much more passive and less explosive, and I honestly don't think it's a huge deal, but it's just something I wrote down for. And so that's Logan Jones.
Well, do you have a comparison or like a draft, like a team perspective?
Well, I gave you the comparison.
You gave my fault. I forgot that I was drinking a Diet Coke. Where is it at?
I gave you the comparison. Projection. Honestly, so I'm gonna say like the third, fourth. Don't really got him going in the first, or second. But I think if you get him in the third, or even the fourth, I think that's a good pick. Like honestly, I think you got potentially a starting center. Again, in the third or fourth, that's a crazy like value. Someone's gonna get a pretty decent player, I think.
If you need a center, hit him up.
Ravens need a center. I'm listening to all y'all.
I know. I know y'all need a center for real. No.
I've already heard of Sam Hecht, Brandon. I'm already familiar with him. Like, I've heard him projecting for the Ravens too. I'm familiar with your person. I'm familiar with Valid's person from the last show. I'm very familiar with both of them. Like,
I'm real familiar with the defense per our needs. So yeah, I totally get. Yeah, I totally get
based
where
on
you're
your
coming
team
from.
needs, you're like locked into certain positions, and like you're like
absolutely.
Like
you're like, what's going on, right?
Yeah.
But that's what makes it fun because like everybody's watching different shit. So.
Segueing into positions that the Ravens need. Go ahead, Valid, Michael. What's your center?
So my center is Jake Slaughter out of Florida.
Yeah.
Jake Slaughter is 6'5", 303 pounds.
Damn.
That's a tall ass center. I'm not.
Yeah, that is a tall center.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that, honestly.
He's huge. Well, at least tall.
I don't know if I like that.
You said he's 303 pounds?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's a little skinnier on the skinnier O-line side
lanky.
for at least being 6'5".
Yeah. So I have for his 2025 season, he started every game, which was about 750 snaps. And he only allowed 1 sack and like 1 quarterback hit throughout the entire season. So I just wanted to highlight that. I thought that was, pretty good for the most part. It's a lot of snaps. So
that man was sitting there fucking height.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, height, bro. Like I feel like that can be a concern. I thought centers were like. I just looked up the average height of a center. It says it's 6'3" to 6'4". I thought they were shorter than that because like.
I thought they were 6'1", 6'2".
That's what I thought because guards and centers are typically like smaller. You want them to be like little sturdy, little dwarf looking dudes, right? But like.
Yeah.
Gandalf the Giant.
Yeah, like you don't want you want your tackles to be like the bodyguard looking dudes and your centers to be small, like they can just run your ass over.
Yeah, like
that's
compact.
What you want, but
the league's changing.
6'5" stands out to me a lot, like honestly.
Yeah. So I have his PFF grades for 2025, and he had for his pass blocking grade an 84.1, which ranked 18 among all centers. His run blocking grade was 80.2, which was third. Pretty good. His
third
zone,
run blocking? Okay.
yeah,
You said third
and then
run
his
blocking?
yeah,
At center, too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
third and run blocking.
And then his
Yeah,
zone run
yeah,
block
yeah.
was 80.3, which was the fifth in the nation. So
Damn.
yeah,
That means,
he's definitely
that man wants his hand back.
That's crazy.
yeah.
He's snapping the ball. He wants his hand back. I'm going to put hands
He allowed a total of 4 pressures, which was ranked 17. Pretty good.
Was that
I have what was it?
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, was that 4 pressures from just this year, or like his whole?
Yeah, just from the 2025. So all the stats and everything I just gave was just from this past year.
Okay.
I have his combine stuff. I feel like this is where, like, I don't know, like just the meat and bones for him of like my research. So his production score was 92, which is per the NFL like combine, that's considered elite. They have like a little like in their grading system, it'll like, you know what I mean? So anything past 90 is elite,
Has like a
and he was
scale.
graded 92, which was number 1 among all centers. His athleticism score was 80, which was 4th, and his total score was 83, which was also 1st in the entire combine. His 40 was a 5.1. 10 yard was 1.74. Vertical jump about 33. His broad jump was 9 feet and 2 inches. He didn't do a 3-cone 20 yard, and I didn't see his bench press anywhere, so I guess he didn't do that either. So I had some pros and some cons for him. He has, obviously, like we just talked about, high level run blocking, but also his pass protection is pretty good. Like, it's pretty damn good. In 2024, he only allowed 1 sack also. And he's just got some strong hands. And like something I noticed is like he doesn't move backwards, like, at all. Like, I feel like when I was watching his film, there was a game that stood out to me. It was the Mississippi game where he literally was just like whenever he would take the snap or do the snap, he would just like, whoever was on him was just moving away from the quarterback, like no matter what. Like, he was just always like, I don't know, like his protection was incredible. He's a incredible leader. So he was a 2-time team captain, I think, for 24 and 25.
My man love that leadership, bro. He valued that lead, the intangibles. I love it. I
do. Well, I mean, it's not just like just the leadership. I think it's like the intelligence too, because he's really good at making like pre-snap reads and stuff like that. I noticed that a lot in the film also. So I thought that was cool. He made a lot of like protection calls and stuff like that, like little audibles. So I thought that was great.
That's what you want out the center. You want your center to be making calls. You want the center to be
Very
quarterback of the
cerebral.
line, pretty much.
Yeah. Exactly.
You got yourself a little Jason Kelsey just Saturday at the line.
Yeah,
They're
Kind
running
of
to the
spread rate.
right.
But he was a lot smaller. So this is kind of like, this is a little bit, well, not a little bit, a bit different, because Jason Kelsey was pretty small. This guy's like the opposite. He's huge. Like, he's 6'5".
Jason Kelsey built like a dwarf, like I was saying.
Yeah, I think he was like 5'11" or something. Like, he's not very
No,
tall.
because I just looked him up. Hold up, what y'all think his height is? Because I just looked it up when I was looking up heights for average.
It's like
center.
5'10" or something.
6'1.5".
You're gonna be surprised, bro. It says
Yeah, it's like
6'3".
it's like
It says
5'10".
6'3".
Wait,
Really?
Jason Kelsey's 6'3"?
Yeah, it says 6'3". I don't believe that. That's what Google says. I don't believe that.
No way. It's got to
I
be
think
Scored the
shorter.
cleats.
His brother's 6'3".
Yeah, Jay. I
They don't look the
think
same.
Travis
Yeah.
Kelce might be 6'3", but like no, this
Yeah,
says
Right.
Jason.
I think Jason was literally like 5'10", I'm pretty sure, or like
This says
5'11" or something.
This says Jason Kelce 6'3", 295. I don't believe it.
Wait, hold on.
I don't know.
If I look up Jeff Saturday's height, I'll believe it. Hold on, give me one. Jeff Saturday 6'2". I might believe it.
Okay.
I believe if Jeff Saturday is 6'2",
Okay.
and Jason Kelce 6'2",
Then what's Travis Kelce's height?
That's what I'm literally
Not to
about
get
to
off.
look up.
Yeah, not to get off topic. Because I
Travis
know you're
Kelce
still running
6'5",
through.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more
Travis Kelce
sense.
Okay, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take that.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what?
I guess I believe it.
Hey, whenever you're at the combine, they measure you with your shoes on, I guess. No.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
So I did have some cons for him also. So I think that he, like how I mentioned, he was always moving forward. I don't think that that's a good thing all the time. I think that sometimes he kind of would like lunge at defenders and
Like too aggressive.
kind of like, yeah, like just too aggressive. And
Like you reach out teach.
yeah, like when you do stuff like that, it kind of like opens the opportunity for them to make you unbalanced. And
You reach
I think that would happen to him a lot. Or at least like, from what I watched. Contrary to Brandon's person, I don't remember the name.
Sam Hecht.
But he had a lot of penalties. So he was like, I think he had like 7 last season. So he has to, work on that, obviously. That's a big, no. Like your coach is going to be pissed at you. You know what I mean? So
especially
that's something,
in the league.
Yeah, like his technique is going to need some work for sure. I guess the only other thing that I noticed was his speed. He wasn't exactly the fastest. I mean, like I said, his 40 was like 5.1 or something like that. So not the fastest guy. But I mean, other than that, like he was pancaking people and moving people out the way, like having his way with people. So I think it's more pros than cons. My player comparison is Nick Hardwick from the Chargers.
Yeah.
They have like similar builds, good pass blockers, so and run blocking, so like just similar overall. My draft projection is probably somewhere like in the second, like late second, maybe like third. Like I could see him going pretty far. He's not terrible. Well, actually, I think a good fit for him, because I did have some teams. I think the Lions could use him. I have 3 teams. Yeah, so the Lions could use him. I think we all said the Bears. I do think the Bears could use him.
Yeah.
The Vikings, even the Texans, I feel like they could use him.
Yes, he did Stroud need some help.
Yeah, so yeah. Obviously like the Chargers, even though I think their starting center isn't, if I'm not mistaken, he's not terrible. I think he was just hurt.
You said the Chargers?
Yeah, the Chargers.
The Chargers OLine was just all hurt this season.
Yeah, it was just injured the whole time.
I like your. I'm not gonna lie, not just trying to put a stab into that. I like your Lions comparison or draft projection, because when you said that he likes to go forward, that's kind of what their offense is built off of.
Yeah, so that was the first
really
team
like
that I
that.
thought of when I was watching his film, because like we know how explosive that offensive line is, and you know what I mean, like how Jahmyr Gibbs runs. They don't have Demont anymore. I feel like it would have been really good for Demont too. But either way, like I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs is going to eat off of that.
They got Isaiah.
That was yeah. So that was like my first
version Demont.
Hey, shout out Isaiah, bro.
Hey,
Went to school with bro. Shout out Isaiah. He has some awards. So for 2025, he was a first team All-American. first team All Sec honors 2025 and 2024. And he was a Remington Trophy finalist, I think third for centers for 2025. So
I had
he
a
has some
winner.
accolades.
I had a winner.
Yeah.
Nigga did. I don't care, bro.
Yeah. That's Jake Slaughter from Florida.
All right. All right. I feel like he rounded out this the last two takes on offensive linemen with some dogs.
Honestly,
That's
yeah, both of them
Some
sound
big
good.
dog. Big dog.
you know what I'm saying? Whoop in the
Big
ghetto,
dog.
thugging in the
Yeah,
ghetto.
thugging in the
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Moving on. This is just some news we haven't quite touched on yet, but this was per NFL.com. They released this on April 7th. Dexter Lawrence, y'all, he's requested a trade upon the opening of the Giants voluntary workout. I see DJ over here flexing your Broncos jersey.
Yeah, bring him to Denver. Bring him home.
What y'all gonna give up? Y'all just traded a bunch of shit for Jalen Waddle, bro. Y'all should have saved them picks.
Yeah, take my next three first round picks. Do it.
Let me
Hold
add
on,
this
you
in here real
crazy.
quick.
Hold on.
So
Go ahead, Brandon.
yeah. Lawrence signed a 4-year, $90 million contract extension with New York in 2023. So this is a recent contract.
Yeah.
He's got 2 years remaining on the contract with base salaries of $18.5 million in 26 and a flat 18 in 2027 with no guaranteed money left. About
What's a new
22.5 an average, which is going to place him amongst 11th in the ranking of his position and pay grade.
Okay.
That's why he's requesting a trade.
I can rattle off his stats too if you guys would like.
Sure.
I don't know if
I
you
think
got.
I kind of already have like my own thoughts about it, but
Please.
nah, like bring the stats though, so everybody can kind of, you know what I mean.
Absolutely, yeah. So, and can someone please check, because I've got a couple other things up here, but did he get hurt? No, I'm sorry, no, don't even look that up. That's crazy. I don't know what happened, but in 2025, you only had half a sack and 14 solo tackles.
In how many games?
He played 17 games.
Huh? And he had 14 tackles.
I mean, when you're playing with Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns, you got all those other edge rushers. It's really hard to like. They're controlling the outside.
Over the course of his career, over the course of 109 games total, he's got 30 and a half sacks. So it's like a severe drop. I mean, like a half sack all season with help. I mean, I hear your argument, but I would argue that that's less attention on him.
Yeah.
Less double teams.
Honestly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's wild. I was not expecting that.
Sacks, I'm not like. He's a defensive tackle, so I don't necessarily like expect him to have a ton. But like the lad, that's like
one more thing for you.
numbers. Like
I got some PFF numbers for you. Last season he was a 75.6 overall. At the position 9th. Amongst interior defensive linemen. For offensive, sorry, I apologize. For run defense, he was 57. He had a grade of 57, ranked 56 at the position, and then as it pertains to like getting sacks and pass rushing, he was 7th amongst. So like the numbers aren't hot. Sorry if I scuffed there. There's a lot of numbers here. Did that make sense, or should I run that down really quick one more time? It just wasn't great.
No, it makes sense.
Can you tell me his total tackles in sacks for just this year?
From last, like the 2025?
Yeah.
He had 31 total, and then he had 14 solo, 17 assisted.
14 solo, yeah.
Okay. I want to bring up a hot point.
Yeah, I just wanted to get those out. I want to get all the information out there before.
Me being a Broncos fan, this is going to come with. Obviously, I know during my Super Bowl year, we had Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware. Eric Wolf, one of our interior linemen, had basically the exact same stats that he did. He had solo that Super Bowl season. He had 5 sacks, 35 solo tackles, 49 total. So like,
Yeah, I was gonna say they're not.
like, I know,
Those are
yeah,
different defenses. So completely
it
different
is
defenses.
different defenses from the corner and the safety perspective, because I know that we had lockdown safeties, this and that, but like,
As it pertains to the front seven, I see what you're saying.
when you're beating them on the edge and the quarterback's running this way because it's getting hot and heavy on one side or the other, not everybody's going to get up in the middle. And Dexter Lawrence honestly is just that nose tackle. He is your key defensive, like, that's your guy right there. Like, you're not going to put Dexter Lawrence on the edge.
I would take him on the Ravens too, just not for like a crazy new contract. I would be interested.
Absolutely.
I'd be interested.
He didn't hit that well in run defense, so that's what I'm saying. He ranked 56th
I don't like
at the
that. I
position
really
in
don't
run
like
defense.
that. Yeah, that concerns me a little bit.
What was his run defense again? I'm sorry.
His run defense
56
grade per
overall?
PFF was and his grade per PFF was 57.
Yeah, I don't like that.
His pass was 84.5 though.
I need
That's
that
still
run
seventh
defense.
among-
I need that run defense, bro.
I mean, 7th isn't bad, but yeah, like the run defense is crazy.
I think
I want
Agreed.
my
probably
tackle. I want my interior tackle to be a run. That's what I envision him to be, is stuffing it up
Yeah.
for my linebackers or whatever it may be, not getting blown out amongst 56th in the league, bro. And you want more money than 11th.
Yeah, I actually
You know what I
don't want
mean?
my D tackle trying to tackle to go for sacks, bro. Like, let my edge rushers and my outside linebackers get the sacks, bro. You just clog shit up, bro. Like,
do we possibly know if they switched like defensive coordinators this year or defensive
maybe because he had
line
9
coaches?
sacks last year, so 4.5
Yeah,
the season
that's
before,
only-
7.5 the season before that. So something
Well,
switched up.
He's the highest paid player
Well,
on the
I know-
roster right now.
Dexter
I
Lawrence.
know that
Wow.
they got rid of. I know that they got rid of Wink Martindale because he went to Michigan.
That's actually crazy because
it-
he's only making $18 million and he's their highest paid player, bro. Like,
I'm gonna
they're not
stream this
paying
really quick for y'all
anybody.
to take a look. For y'all watching, you could take a look at it. But this is kind of shocking.
Hey, everybody watching on, is it Apple, Spotify,
Or
no, it's
wherever you
only
get your
YouTube.
podcast.
Yeah, wherever you get your
watching. Yeah,
podcast, but
watching. Yeah,
if
for
you're
those
watching on
y'all
YouTube,
listening.
let's look
Yeah.
on- yeah. So Dexter Lawrence, hold on, let me.
This is per over the cap, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not Brian Burns. How's it not Brian Burns?
Because they traded for Brian Burns.
This is
Yeah, but I thought
going
they
into
gave him a
2026.
crazy contract.
I'm gonna
They
scale
did-
this
they did
into
not.
the second year, and that's when he gets it right there. It doesn't kick in until 2027. Whatever he signed, he probably
Wow.
got a signing bonus, and then they probably did something smart with him financially. It looks like, but yeah, it's still the highest paid player on the roster until he's out.
That's
Dude,
crazy.
I mean,
That's scary how much
I
money
mean,
they have.
honestly-
Look at that.
honestly, like,
That's what I'm saying. They're not paying anybody
Yeah.
anything.
tip off Dexter. Honestly, if I was the Giants, like, respectfully, tip off Dexter Lawrence to somebody for a first-round pick. And
Yeah,
like,
get rid of him. Get
Like,
rid of
get
him
rid of
because y'all have so much
Yeah.
money. Y'all have so
Yeah.
much. You could do anything.
You can go get.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, you can go get a healthy Max Crosby for less.
I mean, they're gonna have to wait for another year, but next free agency, you know what I mean? I
They're
think
already rebuilding, right? They're already
Right.
rebuilding, so go
Yeah.
pay Max
You were
Crosby,
lying.
take this year off.
looking at the numbers, that actually scares me. Knowing who's there
Yeah.
now, knowing the mind that's running that like that
Yeah, right.
organization,
Yeah.
seeing how much money they're slated to have open.
So
No, y'all.
I don't know if you guys remember, but I left a link in our like our thing,
Mhm.
and it was the free agency like numbers and stuff like that, like the cap numbers, or not yeah, like the team cap numbers, not free agency.
Yeah, I do remember.
And looking back at that right now, like they have a stupid amount of money, bro. Like, and I mean, you just showed it, but like they just have so much money and they're not paying anybody, and they have talent, like young rookies that are so talented.
Yeah, they
So
could definitely turn shit around if they draft well and
in
build
literally
it.
the next like 2 seasons, I see them being a completely different team being a problem. You know what I mean? Like our division's gonna, yeah, the
don't
Giants
like
probably
this.
about to run our division for the next couple of years.
What do you mean
it looks
our
like.
division? Just saying. What do
Well,
you
me
mean
and Brandon's
our
division.
No, I'm just
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The
Your guys'
NFC East, you know what I'm saying?
it's
Yeah.
Gotta be the strongest division in,
hey,
you know, at least in the NFC.
hey, y'all are not the NFC least anymore. I'll say
Hell
that.
no, bro.
Right.
We can stop with those jokes. We can stop with
Yeah.
Yeah,
that.
we can stop. Hey,
we been could have stopped with
I'm
that.
just saying. This is my prediction. The Giants are not going to finish last this year.
Okay. Okay.
So who's finishing
I gotta
last?
see.
Yeah.
The Commanders?
The
Steelers?
Commanders.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can.
No. I think the team that finishes last is the one that Michael's wearing on his hat.
Oh,
Well,
you
that's a
know,
hot
actually,
take.
no, that's
Yeah,
not.
that's a
That's
hot take.
that's
I'm not
not
gonna
that's
lie.
not that hot. That's not that hot.
Yeah, I feel like it's a hot take.
That's
Not
not
gonna lie.
that hot. That's a
That's not.
no.
Yo, hold on.
That's a
That's
no.
not that hot.
What's the reason? What's the reasoning?
What's the reasoning? Jalen Hurts not wanting to touch Cam Jurgens' butt when he's sweating.
Wait, what happened?
Did you not hear that? He came out in a press interview and said, "Nah, we just weren't running things under center." And Cam Jurgens came out and said, "Nah, he just didn't want to get under center because I sweat a lot, and he didn't want to like put his hand under my hot belly because my jersey was wet, and he requested me to change my jersey."
I never heard that.
Yeah, no, there was a whole thing about that. Hey, everybody, go check on Twitter. Fact check me. I want to see it in the comments.
That's your reasoning for us being last in the division? You think the Commanders are going to do better than us? You're like outside of your skull, bro. I'm not going to lie. You're crazy.
I just think that there's too many divas on your team.
Even with those divas, we're going to do better
one.
than the Commanders. Probably
Yeah, I was
still
gonna
do
say that
better
would be
than
the
the
one.
Giants.
AJ, you guys, I know it was Kevin Patullo last year. I know
This place is crazy.
I know it was Kevin Patullo last year, but you guys ran the ball up the middle or to the side 2 times with Saquon Barkley, and then threw the ball to AJ Brown or Devontae Smith. Didn't get it, and then you guys punted. Like Jackson Smith or Jackson Dart with Malik Neighbors and the whatever wide receiver they draft is going to be better than that.
I mean, I could argue that we're going to be better too. We also did change our offensive coordinator. So, like,
Hey,
I mean, and we got the OC from Green Bay. I've never heard any Green Bay fan say anything bad about him. So, like, I'm pretty excited actually for our season coming up offensively.
I'm not excited for my season at all. I'm going 5-12. I'll take any bet. Any bet? Anybody want to take any bet? I got us going 5-12.
I'll take the over.
I'll take the over.
Damn, I'm already losing money. Anytime y'all want to prey on my downfall, it doesn't happen.
Well, when you guys hear from
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, going back to the Dexter Lawrence thing. So what do you think's going to happen with him? Because my thoughts on that were like, I think that he did all that just so they would be urgent to pay him. I don't think that he's actually like going to go anywhere. That was my personal
That's what I think.
thoughts.
I mean, we just saw they have money, right? So
yeah, like they have money. So I think that they're going to pay him. He just,
but I think they should trade him.
That was a little stunt for like urgency. Probably his agent doing, you know what I mean, some stuff there. But I think he stays. Personally.
If you're New York, sorry, let me reframe this question really quick. If you're New York, are you giving a pay raise with all things considered?
Know.
I mean,
you're not in win now, so like, why would you?
Waste
I think
money.
realistically, the smart thing to do would be to trade him to the highest bidder, to whoever's willing to give you a first or second or a player or whatever, and call it a day.
That's the other thing, though. Like, who's gonna offer that much? That's why
Take
I think
what you
they
can.
keep him.
I would even give off a
Sorry,
third
what
for
you
him for
mean?
real. Like, if you can get a third in this draft, that's solid. I would say. I mean, I
I
don't know
mean,
who's gonna
this
back him
draft,
up.
but
Yeah, I bet you they'd give it. A lot of teams would give a second or a third for him.
Yeah, I
Per,
wouldn't want to
maybe.
give a
per
first, but
my
a
best
second,
friend,
shit, I'll do
Yeah, I
it.
wouldn't give it first.
per my best friend who's a Giants fan, I quote unquote read this word for word. We can't be spending that much on Super Bowl run positions when the rest of the roster is where it's at, unfortunately. Thankfully, Andrew Thomas got extended before Harbaugh got brought in. I see him getting traded. Hopefully, we can get a first out of him.
Okay.
I feel like it's unlikely
That
though that you get a first.
I don't.
If they
like
do get
I-
a
like
second,
you
I
said,
do think that
hopefully.
that's good though for them.
Yeah, if you can get a second and 2/3 or a second and 2/4, like I'll take it. Or like,
That would
I can
still
see
amount
that.
to a first. That would still amount to a first rounder. I wouldn't do that. I personally wouldn't give up that for.
I would do a raw
especially
second, like
seeing all
just a
the money,
second.
Yeah,
seeing all the
I was
money
gonna
that you
say.
can do, seeing all the money that you
Honestly,
can
I'd give
do.
I'd give next year second.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not
you,
gonna
you
lie,
got
the
to remember, like,
Harbaugh shit. Go ahead.
where I was just gonna say, Quentin Williams went for 2 firsts. That's a bar just to set. You know what I mean? I don't.
Yeah.
Which is funny that he went for 2 firsts, right?
Yeah, that's
Like
a
looking
crazy
at what he
trade.
did when he went to the Cowboys,
Mm-hmm.
like that's crazy that he went
He
for
had like
two
6
firsts. Like
sacks or
that just
7 sacks in half a
yeah.
season with us. So like, I don't know.
What were you gonna
That's
say
deep
about
for
the
my
Harbaugh
taste.
thing?
Yeah, sorry, Q. I didn't mean to cut you.
Yeah, the Harbaugh shit, bro. Like that shit kind of throw me, bro. He's a good coach. Don't get me wrong. I'd be tripping if I didn't say that, but like, I think people forget that nigga with like Lamar Jackson literally saved his job, bro. Like the Ravens are gonna fire that nigga in
That's so
2018
true.
until because like like from when they won the Super Bowl in 2013 to pretty much when Lamar got there, like they weren't doing shit, bro. Offense was mid as hell. Defense was mid as hell. They had good teams. They had stacked defense. They had Eric Weddle back there. They had C.J. Mosley. They had all these good
Yeah.
defenses.
But also look at the
Deep,
team he's going to though now, or he went to. Like they have really
Drew
good
Harbaugh.
rookies. Yeah.
Shit, look at the team he
Like-
had, bro. He couldn't get us over the hump. But that's my
I
thing.
mean,
like,
yeah, that's true.
that's my thing.
But also, like in the NFC, I feel like it's different. I feel like there's
it is.
different
I don't think
comp.
he's. I mean, he's obviously gonna be an upgrade, and the Giants fans are used to shit, obviously. But and again, it's like I'm talking bad about him. He's still like a top 10 coach. I'm not disagreeing on that, but again, it's
Yeah.
like y'all think he's about to come in here and be like fucking Andy Reid, bro. He's a special teams coach. I don't think people realize that. Like he started as an Eagles special teams coach. People think he's
Yeah.
like offensive, like bro. He's gonna come in there and like y'all's special teams is gonna be solid. Like he's not touching the offense or defense, bro. Like everybody else is doing that shit, bro. So
Yeah.
again, I feel like there's just this misconception that like Harbaugh is there, so everything's good. They're gonna win more games. No, I don't think anybody's denying that. But again, he's not gonna
Especially
like,
defensively, people think that.
yeah, like but like if Jackson Dart's good this year, it's not because John Harbaugh got there, bro. Like it's
Yeah.
the OC,
He balled at
the
25
the
anyway.
players.
Yeah. Again, that would be
Yeah.
him getting saved by another talented quarterback.
Yeah,
Maybe not as talented as Lamar. I mean, Lamar is, he's Lamar.
Right.
So, like, what I mean? 2-time MVP, everything. But, like,
But I'm not gonna lie,
Jackson
the
Dart has
Giants are
shown
interesting. They're
promise.
one of the more interesting teams this year, regardless of like
Yeah.
Jackson Dart's exciting, Malik Neighbors.
I've been saying that, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
for
going to
sure.
be my team to watch this year for sure. I'm going to be all over their game.
I bet it is, you Eagles fan.
Can't wait till the schedule come out, bro. I'm trying to see some of these games, especially all this
Yeah.
Eagle hate on the show, bro. We need the Eagles schedule, bro. ASAP.
Hey, don't worry about it because all y'all need to know is that I'm getting my salty run back when the Broncos play the Patriots at home.
Y'all play them this year?
We play them in Foxborough. I'm getting
So
my
that'll make
Bucky
you
run
feel
back.
better about them beating you to go to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I know. Come on, guys. We all know that. We would have played. We would have played a better Super Bowl if we had Bo Nix. Come on, y'all. Just agree. We would have played a better Super Bowl. We would have still lost to the Seahawks. I absolutely think we would have. We would have played a better game than the
I feel like y'all were
Patriots
very
did.
comparable to
Yeah.
the Patriots, to where
Yeah.
like y'all both have
No,
really good
I'll give him that though. They definitely like. I don't think y'all would have won, but I do think y'all would have put up
I
a
don't
better
think we would
fight.
have won. I think
Yeah.
it would have been a better game.
Yeah, it definitely would have been
But
a lot
that's
closer, maybe.
That's just me. It might be.
It was a
little bit
boring
closer,
Super
all
Bowl,
that.
bro. Like, it was
Yeah,
so
it was.
boring.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll have to
The
run it
best
up
thing
on
that happened
Madden.
about this,
You know what I'm saying?
the best thing that happened about that Super
Throw it
Bowl
in the
was the
simulator.
controversy about the halftime show.
For real. I mean,
Hey, if you guys missed that conversation, go back to the YouTube
pilot
archive.
episode.
Yeah, go to
Yeah.
the pilot episode. We can talk about the halftime show right there.
Yeah.
Well,
Leave some comments if you have anything.
Nah, for real. Y'all, we're going back to defense after this, y'all. How y'all feeling? We're gonna be on the line. We're just gonna be plugging away at edges and D tackles. How y'all feeling, yo? We're done with offense. This draft was kind of gross for offense.
Hey, now that we're on defense, I need to see everybody's 3-point stance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That 3-point stance.
No, I'm excited to.
I'm more of a stand-up, you know what I mean? More of a
Yeah. Are you a stand-up? You a stand-up guy? Hey, see, this is me. I'm a 3-point stance. Let me rest my hand on my hip.
yeah.
I might look this one up.
Nah, I'm not even gonna front and act like I'm trying to get gritty with you, bro. My little ass will get tossed. I'm gonna stand up. You ain't gonna know if I'm coming or going.
I'm gonna be like, wait, he was just right here. Brandon said, as soon as I go to tackle Brandon, I'm like, wait, he was just right in front of me.
Right, where'd he go?
We all know that this is a defense heavy draft, so I think that this is the most exciting part coming up. Like the defensive tackles, the defensive edges, the corners, the safeties.
Good. I mean, the DBs look okay, but I think the front seven in particular looks like that. Texas A&M has like a bunch of good, like they have Jacob Rodriguez at linebacker, David Bailey. I think they have another good lineman. Like the front seven just looks.
You got the wrong Texas wrong.
Huh?
Texas Tech.
Yeah, Texas. What I say?
You said Texas A&M.
Wow. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Thinking of Miles.
This man is a doll for real, man. This man,
Yeah, I'm fried. Yeah. I'm thinking about
Von Miller.
Whoever has Ruben Bain, I'm excited for that.
I don't.
You said, I don't know who that is. No, Mike definitely got him.
Who it is.
Yeah, so we just a little preface for the next two shows. We're going to be bundling some of our players together. So we got defensive ends and tackles, and then we'll be following it up with our DBs. And we haven't really talked about it yet, but and I feel like now is kind of a good time to start, like, at least getting it on your radars. We're going to start doing our mock drafts as we've now started to kind of see what we're working with as far as talent coming into the league. So yeah, looking forward to chatting with y'all later on this week. And I hope y'all have a very happy Sunday. From Mike, from Q, from Denzel, from myself, Brandon. We appreciate y'all. I love.
Hey, much love, y'all. Love y'all.